Hey, Kisses from Kenya is produced by Democrats Abroad Kenya, but everything you hear in this podcast reflects our personal perspectives
Messy as
as,
they might be.
as Americans living in Kenya.
Yes, nothing we say should be taken as the official stance of Democrats Abroad Kenya, Democrats Abroad Global, or the Democratic Party. This is an entertainment space and not an official policy platform.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Kisses from Kenya.
Mwah.
I'm Brendan.
And I am Vuyanzi.
And today we're thinking about if the grass really is greener on the other side.
Yeah, like I'm thinking about this idea about grass being greener and politics, the world, views, perspective. I mean, being on the other side of things, we're on the left, and some people are on the, and I hate saying right because they're not right, but they're so empowered. So it's like when I see ICE throwing people down, killing people, when I'm seeing us launching bombs and people agreeing with it, when I see people agreeing that it's okay or quietly agreeing that it's okay that the Epstein files don't get released, like they are empowered and the grass is looking like it's greener on their side.
I guess it really does give the perception that, at least for them, the grass is greener. But that's always the question, right? Is do we really want to be like
No,
them?
I just want to be empowered. I want to have green grass too.
There's a joke there, but I believe.
After I said something, some thoughts came to my mind.
For some reason, since you started talking about grass, like my mind went straight to like those jokes about like the carpet matching the drapes, and I don't know why. Because that's like not related at all. But anyway, our favorite segment. You lead it off this time.
Yeah. Whose America is it anyway? So this is interesting because I won't talk about America. However, what America is doing is impacting what our America is doing is impacting the world. So I read something that's not so popular, at least for us in the news. And that is that Pakistan and the Philippines are going to a 4-day work week. Now, before we're like, oh, they're so progressive, this is great. No, I mean, they may be, but that's not really why they're doing it. What they're doing is it's an emergency measure to really prevent like a total economic collapse because of I know they call it the current oil crisis, but why is there an oil crisis? Because of the war, not war. We're not at war, right? Whatever it's called. And so I wanted to explain some things about the temporary work week. So in Pakistan, it's a temporary 4-day work week for government offices to reduce fuel consumption and potential energy shortages. It doesn't apply to all sectors, banks, agriculture, and some essential services. They continue normal operations. So it's not everyone. Now, also in the Philippines,
working class people just can't get a break, can they?
No, because
it's like if you work in that field, you will be in that field.
You will be.
This does not apply to you.
And the thing is, where I was reading is, and this may be more so for the Philippines, maybe for both, it doesn't cut your hours. So you may be having a 4-day work week,
but it's like a 12-hour day.
Exactly. You still have to put it in. So you'll probably, you talk about can't catch a break.
Ooh,
no, you can't catch a break because, and then even they're calling a compressed schedule. So yes, you're going to work 12 hours. You work from home. You have a work from home setup. And so when we talk about whose America is it anyway, it's like filtering this whole idea of what America and America's stands for, and I'm really putting air quotes around this thing, democracy, evil against evil, for democracy. So we're going to just kill your lead. Okay, let me not even go there. Yeah, so that's what's going on my, and this is on the other side, things that no one's talking about, because I know there are other things dominating the news. And maybe people are like, what do I care about Pakistan and the Philippines 4-day work week? However, the world is watching. because to see how it starts to save. Anywhere, I think I was reading somewhere, I don't have it now, but it could be saving anywhere between 10 to 20% on oil and I guess gas consumptions, which may not sound like a lot, but just like anything else, you add little by little and you get a lot of savings there. So that's what's up. What about you? What do you got? What are you thinking about in terms of what's going on lately?
I want y'all to know that we have a document that we used to prep, and I sent Vuyanzi my articles this morning. She did not put them into the document.
Oh my God.
She real shady.
I said no. I
Anyway.
thought you were gonna have it. I thought you were gonna have it in your hand. Open up the article.
She wrote. No, so the first one, it's funny you talked about, like, you know, because we're like not at war. And the article that I had sent you was like, you know, this question about like we all have this understanding of like war powers, right? Like who has the power to declare war? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Which, you know, like the whole point and like the reason that people are splitting hairs about it is because, you know, theoretically, I mean, of the million impeachable things that man has done, if he does take us to war without Congress's authorization, I mean, technically, like that, like there's a punishment for that, right? Because you've stepped over like your constitutional bounds, what you're allowed to do. So what they had to do this week is now Senate Democrats have introduced like another War Powers Act. You know, they had the one that they had tried to put in place for Iran, you know, that failed because, you know, do nothing government.
Yeah.
But so Senate Democrats now have introduced one specifically for Cuba because they're like afraid that like that's where we're gonna go next, and then he will once again just kind of like go traipsing off into wherever. And I think it's just, I like, to me the two relate, right? Because it's like I think it's interesting that, you know, you're talking about two, what some people at least would refer to as like developing nations or like global South countries, you know, who basically like their whole structure is being like influenced by what we're doing. Maybe not for the best, because I would be pissed if I woke up one day and it's like, because these dum-dums did that, like,
exactly.
now I gotta go work 10
hours. And now everyone else is looking, and other countries might do it too. Yeah.
So, but then it's like, to me, it's also just emblematic of like, on top of all that, it's like we can't even get our shit together, because it's like, don't nobody know, like, are we or aren't we? And if so, like, who said so? And like, it's just so. It's like, it feels like we're all like trapped in, which is ironic, like in like an episode of like The Apprentice or like one of these fucking reality TV shows. But it's like, we showed up like not prepared. Like we were not prepared for the final presentation.
Yeah.
Like we showed up drunk from the bar last night trying to wing it. Like nobody knows what's happening.
It feels like one time when I was gonna lead praise and worship.
She came from the club, y'all.
No, I promise you, I was drank some coffee. But anyway, but yes.
But I mean, to make it biblical, there is that. I always go back to that quote. They read to us on Ash Wednesday, you know, let not the left hand know what the right hand is doing. And I'm always like, that is about tithing. That is not about lack of preparation. But some of y'all ding dongs don't know how to read. So when you say I interpret the Bible, literally, you also come from a country that has some of the worst reading comprehension scores in the world.
What?
Anyway.
A biblical war? Jesus. Father.
Biblical war, literally, with illiterate people. That's why I'm like, they're like, I'm a literalist. And I'm like, show me your reading comprehension score. What did you get on the verbal SAT?
Well,
was it below 400?
Listen, did the guy who's about to lead Department of Homeland Security, the guy who's about to fight the congressman?
Mark Wayne?
Yes.
The only way that I would trust someone named Mark Wayne to do anything is if it was spelled with a QU and an apostrophe in there somewhere. The fact that you are Mark Wayne with a WAY, I don't know what trailer park they like rustled him up out of.
Because they indeed rustled him out of the trailer park.
That's what I'm trying to say.
What?
Maybe I was trying to fight someone in this.
Oh my God. He's like, well, you want to go? Then let's go. I'm watching this.
When Bernie Sanders has to be the one to be like, calm down.
He's like, you guys.
The one who's shouting all the time is the one that's like, dial it back.
I was thinking, is this a Saturday Night Live
No.
like skit? Okay, so Lost in Translation. That's a great opener for Lost in Translation. Oh God. So recently I was out and I met this Kenyan woman who had lived in the States for 10 years in New England. And so she looked at me, she's like, I'm really glad you hang out with Kenyans. And so thinking about, is the grass always greener? So we're here, and is the grass greener for me to hang out with Kenyans? I mean, I have some American friends as well. We're here in America, do kisses from Kenya. However, is the grass greener? Because she said it as if to say, like, thank God, like you're with us. And then she had told me when she lived in Boston that she didn't hang out with Kenyans. But it got me thinking about friendships, because I do think there is something unique about being friends with someone from the land, if you will, about perspective. And so I think that offers a kind of, the grass is a little bit greener, because when I'm with, let's say, my American friends, it's, we talk American. We speak American. Yeah. Who said that? American. Another guy said that too. Hoxic. When after Marco Rubio said something in Spanish, he's like, well, I speak American. Let's keep it clean so the kids can listen. But yeah. So, and even with relationships, is the grass greener for me to date a Kenyan man, or even let's spread it out, East African, or we can spread it out even more.
Girl, you've been spreading it out a lot, apparently.
After I said spread it out, I was like, wait, I'm not spreading my legs nor myself. Well.
With any luck. Vuyanzi is still available, y'all. This one right here. Actually, we're both single.
Sorry, Paula Sana. So, but is it greener? So I do think for men, okay, yeah, I do prefer a dude from this continent, from this, if it can't be from this country, because if I can't be from this country, at least give me somewhere in the sub-Saharan region. So I think the grass might be greener. How would I know? I'm still single.
They've been mowing her grass. Report back.
And the drapes match the carpet.
Oh my God.
Some of you will get that on your way home. Anyway, what about you? What about your Lost in Translation moment?
I mean, equally off. So I was out at dinner last night with two friends that are here from Senegal for like a fellowship training thing. And it was like we were talking about like there's this like Senegal is trying to pass this like anti-LGBT like legislation that like doubles the penalty and blah blah blah.
Oh God.
And so like we were talking about like what is, like why, like what does that mean? And she's like during Ramadan. And I was like and so I made some like very offhand comment about like we're just out here trying to eat ass like we were like talking about like some other like very nice like very like halal like
very pleasant conversation.
And like literally like we're there eating our fish this time now like because I took them to like a local joint of course.
Yes.
And like literally like halfway through like a bite of fish she was like, you're eating ass, come and like just caught up with me. And I was just like, why did I even say that to this like nice woman? Like founder of a whole NGO.
Okay, here, like, she's traumatized, by the way. She does need therapy right now. She's in therapy. She's
all this to say, like I'm hoping we can work together on something.
no.
In future, just know if we work on
Wait,
a contract together, I will talk like this in front of you.
I'm so
what you see is what you get, okay?
What you see is what you get. Sorry, that was an old song. Yes, yes. Oh God. Okay. That would have brought me joy because that could have also been queer joy, by the way. So let's just get it. What about queer joy this week?
Joy. So my queer joy happened while I was in Boston.
Oh.
On my trip. Because, we had a blizzard.
You were in how many states?
I was in 14 states on the road trip, but we got caught in the blizzard in Boston. Mm-hmm. And I always laugh because it's like, we call it, I don't know if everyone calls it this, but me and my friends call it queer diplomacy. It's the way that we will sleep with each other, and then it's how we get things done.
Okay.
So long story short, we're in the Hilton.
Yes.
At the airport at Logan.
Yes.
And I met a gentleman who works for Delta.
Oh.
And I'm trapped. There's flight cancellation, blah 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 blah. I won't go through all the details, but long story short, next day he's a gate agent, right? So gate agents are the ones that have the power.
Yeah, yes they do.
People don't know that those are the ones that really hold the strings because they can delete your seat real quick, fast, in a hurry. Be
and they can also upgrade you.
Operational seat. Bye. Sorry. So be nice to gate agents. I mean, be nice to all airline employees. Be nice to everyone, but especially the gate agents. Mm-hmm. Long story short, we had some moments together. Oh. It was his birthday. He was trapped in my hotel.
Not celebrating his birthday.
I gave him a birthday cake to enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, we out here doing Chinese.
So, long story short,
birthday text.
I was supposed to be my flight had been canceled. I was supposed to be going out the next day. Blah blah blah. There was a flight that was there, and I was I don't know if this flight is actually going to go or not, but can you check for me?
You did.
Long story short, that man got me on the flight at 2 p.m. that day.
Thank you, Delta Gate agent at Logan.
So that was my queer joy. Was the fact that, by utilizing Nature's credit card to make a payment into my Karma account. Not my Klarna account, my Karma account.
Okay, because there's Klarna too.
Well, this one didn't take my credit score, so.
No. Lord have mercy. Sorry, I'm hitting
that was my queer joy.
I should have explained this before I go into my black joy, because this is bringing me joy, this around my neck, that Brendan did go to Mardi Gras. You can Google that if you're outside of the United States. Hell, inside the United States, Google it, because even knowing the origin. So anyway, I'm wearing the beads, so you'll see it for 2 episodes because I refuse to take it off for the next episode too. So my black joy was a friend of mine had a brunch. So it was in March. So it's Women's Day, mm-hmm. and it was on the end of Black History Month. Mm-hmm. So it was Black American, happened to be American women coming together, intergenerational, from ages 39 to 87.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, came together to have a brunch, to have conversation. I think there was about maybe 15 of us, a small group. Mm-hmm. We gathered it's the oldest cultural center or something in Kenya. I forget what it's called. But anyway, actually, I'm not going to say the name of it right now. But we came together, we ate, we laughed, we cried, we hugged, and it just brought so much joy. One thing that I do miss I think about 2 things about being here, mm-hmm. and getting older, is being around older people. Mm. Everyone who I tend to be around is in their 40s and 50s. So it's my peers until I come here and I get this douse of youth. And so
I don't know the last time someone said about me was,
but just
I had someone call me middle-aged the other day. So.
Oh my God. How did you feel?
We'll talk about that in the next episode.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Because I'll say that I'm middle aged right now and I'm significantly older than you. I will call myself middle aged all day, all night. And I do mean all night. So anyway, it just felt great. It just was beautiful. That's all I can say.
I love that.
All right. So we are coming up to the end. Yeah, the end because of what I did before. Any other thoughts on your mind about what previously, like any closing thoughts?
No, well, no.
The grass being greener?
I think, but I mean, I think at the end of the day, like when you talk to anyone anywhere, like I think it's true of Kenyans, I think it's true of other people on this continent, I think it's true of Americans, Europeans. Like, I just feel like there is some like innate part of us to like always think that like other people have it better than us, like no matter what we have. So I don't know that there's like a solution to that. Or that's probably why, like, you know, in things like Buddhism and like Hinduism and stuff, like you spend so much time like, you know, meditating and also thinking about like pushing away like the desire to have more. But so maybe it's not a new problem either.
No, and I love that part, right? Because that whole notion of the grass being greener, if you remove it, what do you have? You have people being at peace, people being fulfilled in what they already have, people being content, perhaps, or at least for the most part, because something else isn't better. But I do think it could change things. So I love the fact that you brought that up, that, yeah, with the removal of the grass being greener. And so it makes me think in terms of how intentional I need to be, right? Because it is easy to get into that, like, because even...
what do they have?
Well, I mean, the whole thing, even when I'm talking about having a relationship with a Kenyan man that doesn't exist yet. But am I basing it on, I think the grass is greener over there because I've experienced African American, and well, not just African American. I mean, it's been a different
American man.
Yeah. Well, some not so. But in America, they're coming to America. So, you know, would it even change how I'm going about a relationship if I didn't have that? So anyway, maybe it's something for all of us to ponder.
Well, it's like, how do you stop thinking about the grass being greener somewhere else and focus on making your own grass greener for yourself?
Or wax it off. Okay, so we've come to...
Oh my God. Well, that's the end of our episode. On that note, leave you with that mental picture. It's like a punk rock band. It's like a green mohawk. We love you. Thank you for watching. Those of you that are here watching, and we'll see you next time on Kisses from Kenya.
Bye.
Keep tending your grass, y'all.
Yes.